As Muslims around the world celebrate Eid al-Fitr, one of the most significant moments that determines the festival is the sighting of the crescent moon, also known as Hilal. This age-long Islamic tradition is deeply rooted in the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, and remains central to marking the end of Ramadan and the beginning of Shawwal. Today, we'll be examining the significance of sighting the crescent moon in Islam, why it remains relevant in the modern age, and the scholarly perspectives surrounding it. To help us unpack this important topic, we are joined by an Islamic scholar, Alhaji Yunusa Adekola. Good morning, sir. It's good to have you on the show.
Yeah,
Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you so very much, and Ramadan Mubarak to each and every one of our brothers and sisters out there. Let me quickly make a correction to my names. I'm Alhaji Dr. Yunusa Adekola, just for the records.
Alhaji Dr. Yunusa Adekola. Sorry for that omission.
No problem.
All right, so now tell us, what is the significance of Eid al-Fitr in Islam, and how is it connected to the sighting of the crescent moon?
Yeah, we thank God. I want to start by thanking God and by praising the Holy Prophet Muhammad and thanking the entire DBS and all of you for this very important invitation at this period of our festival, that is the Ramadan. Today, as it is, Ramadan has gone to its number 30, and the Eid al-Fitr will not come up until the moon is sighted. So the relationship between the Hilal, or the sightation of the moon, and that of the Ramadan is that of cordial relationship, so to say. One depends on the other. If the moon is not sighted, you cannot do Eid al-Fitr. You cannot go into another month.
So Ramadan continues if the moon is not sighted?
Yes, if the moon is not sighted, Ramadan will continue. But there is a provision to that, there is a proviso to that, in that if the moon is not sighted, the injunction says count the number of days in the month of Ramadan.
Okay.
Count it to be 30, because we use a lunar calendar in Islam, which is either 29 or 30 days. So if the moon, like yesterday, the moon was not sighted, being the 29th day of Ramadan. So if the moon had not been sighted like that, then count the number of days to be 30, which is eventually today. And the following day after today is Shawwal number 1, that is Eid al-Fitr. So these are the rules.
All right. So tomorrow now is the main Eid al-Fitr.
Eid al-Fitr, yes. Festival of opening of your mouth. Iftar means, opening of your mouth.
Okay. Yes. So the fasting means that the mouth has been sealed?
Yes, because you have not been eating in the afternoon from morning till evening.
So that's why they always conclude with Iftar.
Yes, they call it Iftar.
Which is the breaking.
Yes, that is when you break your fast. Breakfast. Iftar means breakfast.
So what are the activities lined up for tomorrow?
Yeah, the activities for tomorrow are deeply rooted in prayers, which is called the Eid al-Fitr prayers. Number 1 is that between 8:30 and 9, you see Muslims all over the world, wherever the country they are, they will troop out to the designated places to go and do prayers of celebration of the praises of God and prayers of thanksgiving to God who kept us alive from last year till now. And when you thank God as such, you are just asking God, give me more against next year. That is one. Tomorrow is also a kind of double celebration because it's a Friday. Okay. So immediately after the Eid al-Fitr prayers, the Imam comes on the pulpit again and gives the khutbah, which is called the sermon, where you preach to the people about the words of God and the direction you want even the country to follow. You know, we are powerful talkers either on the pulpit, in the church, or even in the mosque, you understand. So people listen to us even more than their fathers and their mothers. So we need to tell them the desires of God, what we need to do to make our society better than we have seen it today. Having done that, people will now, celebrate the praises of Allah by chanting Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar Kabira. These are what we call tabiyah, which you say from the time you will have left your house to the mosque or to the Eid ground, and the same statement of praises to God we say while going back. So when you reach home,
do they say it on the beads or?
yeah, you don't need the bead, but
okay.
if you hold it, it's not a bad thing. So it depends on individuals. So when you finish your prayers, you go home, felicitate with people. If you have food, you cook and all the rest. And another very significant thing is before the Eid tomorrow, Muslim faithfuls will have done with what we call zakatul fitr. That is giving out of food items to the less privileged, to the less fortunate, so that they too will celebrate in their home. So those of you who are very rich and you have food items, it's compulsory that you must observe zakatul fitr before the Eid prayers.
Okay.
Yes.
So now, what does the Quran and Hadith say about moon sighting in determining the beginning and end of Ramadan?
Yes.
Let me just also add a Hadith so I can explain that also. It said, fast when you see it and break your fast when you see it.
Yes. Sumo liruyatihi waftaru liruyati. That is the hadith that you have just quoted. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, start your fasting when the moon has been sighted.
Okay.
And also you stop it when the moon has also been sighted.
So first of all, if you don't see the moon, you don't start the fast.
You can start it
because
with
you
a
give
condition.
The proviso, yes. So
yes, with that condition I've just told you. The same condition affects the beginning and also affects the end. You understand? And the Quran is in anything you see the Prophet saying is deep rooted in the Quran. God also in the Holy Quran chapter 2 verse 184, verse 185, even up to verse 186 tells you that once the moon is sighted, you must ensure that you fast. But if you are finding it difficult to see the moon, to sight the moon, then count the number of the months in which you are. Make sure it's complete 30. Automatically the following day, after 30, will be the first day of the new month. So that is the injunction.
All right. So sighting of this moon now, this calculation,
yes.
Can't we just use astronomical calculations? We know that modern science can predict the exact moments of the new moon.
Yes.
But many traditions still require a physical sighting. Why
yes.
is that?
Well, Islam is deeply rooted in fundamentals. What God gives to you is what you take, not your own. However, we will not rule out the assistance of technology. You understand? The assistance of technology has also been in support of what the Quran has said, and that is why that injunction. They tried yesterday. They used all the technologies, all the astronomical, whatever, but the moon did not come out. They couldn't sight it. That is God for you.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just like a couple. They just wedded. They are very hopeful. They need children and all the rest. But God might decide that we will not even have it until after 10 years. Yeah.
So have to do the calculation.
Yes, like we were saying, Islamically, we depend solely on the citation of the moon. But where it is very, very difficult to get the moon sighted, the injunction is there that count the number of days. Instead of 29, add 1 to it, make it 30. In Islam, you don't have 31 days equaling a month. No, it's either 29 or 30. Count it to be 30. The following day is the first day of the new month.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
So why do some countries celebrate Eid on different days? So
Yes.
if it's one moon, right?
Yes.
And it's one religion. So
Mhm.
why do countries celebrate Eid on different days, even though they are observing the same event?
Well, I wouldn't say different day. Like we are fasting now
Okay.
Yes.
in this part of the country. If you go to a place I've been privileged to be for so many times and years, like California now,
Okay.
they are sleeping.
Time zone.
By the time it's 3 p.m. here, it's just their own 6 a.m. So that is, they are also in the same day with us, but our own day comes first. So they are still within the time frame of the 24 hours of the day.
So you're just saying it has to do with time zone. and
yes,
all
it's
that.
time zone. It's time zone. So it's the same thing. Especially now that technology and knowledge explosions are there, everything is in run now.
Okay. So what do you advise Muslims, everybody, what do you advise?
Yes,
In
my
this,
my
to
advice
celebrate.
is that people out there should do what you people are doing. You want to learn and know more about the other religion. You understand? If we know what I know, I mean, there will be no rancor. There will be love. There will be friendship. There will be fellowship. There will be kindness.
Yes.
There will be compassion. You understand now? So we should try to learn from each other, and we must be compassionate. We must be empathic. Even if someone has not understood your religion, don't hate the person. Don't go and fight. It's not necessary. Continue to show the dignity and the beauty of your religion till the person will say, "Oh, I like what you are doing." So I'm preaching tolerance. I'm preaching love, peace, and extension of hands of fellowship to each other, irrespective of your culture or religion. This will help the society.
All right, thank you
Thank you
very
so much.
much, Alaji Dr.
Thank
Adekola, for
It's not-
shedding light
It's not easy.
on the Eid al-Fitr celebration and the significance
Thank you
of
so much.
sighting the crescent moon.
Thank you.
Lilibet, before we go.
Okay.
Okay, you are the personification of joy. So treat yourself well, because nobody can make you happy, just you. And while you're making yourself happy, make sure you make other people happy too. Happy Eid al-Fitr.
All right, thank you so much for being a part of the show this Thursday morning on Delta Television. To all the Muslim faithful out there, Ramadan Mubarak. On behalf of the production crew, I am Ogaga Ekama, thanking you so much for your time.